So beyond the publicly listed inventory, is there a lot of off-market options in this area?
I wouldn't say a lot of off-market options.
Okay.
There are some off-market options. It's probably overhyped. Definitely seems that way based on the inbound communication coming from newer buyers who aren't fully aware of really how much off-market there is. Think about it this way. I'm not saying this is accurate, and I don't think it is. I don't know what the exact percentage is, but let's just pretend it's 10%. It's not that much, I'm sure of it. But if it was 10%, that's just, if you're going to see 10 houses, then that's one extra house, maybe. And the likelihood that that house actually matches your criteria is such a long shot that it's great to have that extra inventory or that extra possibility. And it could lead to a great opportunity as a buyer. I think some buyers are overly focused on the fact that this off-market inventory exists and thinking that they're going to get this spectacular deal. I think what they don't understand is that the seller who is off-market is often one of two things. They're trying to be really private about the sale, which usually means a very high-end home, right? It's a well-known person. They don't want anyone to know that they're selling their house. They don't want to be in the news and that type of stuff. Or even CEOs, oftentimes, they just don't want it to be known that they're moving. And sometimes even if they're known fairly well in town, they don't want everyone to know that they're moving. Wow. So that's one type, and that's really the high and the ultra, typically in the ultra high end side of the market, well over $5 million, probably over 10. So then the other part of the market, the far more likely scenario is that you have a seller who is getting ready to sell, and that's why the property is off market. They're not fully 100% ready for a whole host of different reasons. Maybe they're doing work to the house. Maybe their life situation isn't quite there yet. But if they could sell now for a great price. So the problem here is that the seller and the buyer are basically looking for the same advantage in these scenarios, mostly. Now, I'm not saying or suggesting that buyers should ignore this as an opportunity. No, you should take advantage of every opportunity you can get. We certainly do. However, a little more reality about what the seller wants can help the buyer understand the reality of that off-market inventory. The seller is looking for a premium price and an easy, smooth transaction with, I'm looking for a little extra money over ask. Typically, this is the thinking, or a real good, strong, aggressive offer that essentially caters to all my needs. And they also understand that they haven't exposed the property fully to the market yet.
Yeah.
And if they do that, there's likely some opportunity there for them. The buyer oftentimes is thinking that they're going to get a good deal, but the reality is the seller is thinking, well, if I don't get my number, I'm just going to go to market and I'm probably going to get multiple offers, at least in our current market situation where we're filming this, depending on when you watch this video and what the market is like. But the point is that they're both looking for an advantage.
The inverse thing, but
most buyers don't realize that, so they're thinking this great. Consider them a few extra opportunities in your search, and you're more realistically understanding what the off-market inventory looks like in these areas. They're potential opportunities that might just turn out to be your house, but really you've got to overwhelmingly be focused on the actual inventory that's coming to market, either coming soon or active listings, because those are the sellers who are really motivated to get it done.
Yeah.
And overwhelmingly where you're going to find your property.
So do you see that a lot, where buyers will come to you with like I don't want to say fixation, that sounds too negative, but they're overly focused on the off market.
Yeah, in some cases that's very true. That the buyer is fixed on thinking that there is some pot of gold in off-market opportunities. Again, I'm not trying to lessen them. They're great.
Yeah.
We want to add every possible opportunity to your list for you, so you can make the best choice of what's available. And yet at the same time, it's not really the pot of gold that some buyers believe.